What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JusticeXFalls. We back at it again with another video, and today we're checking out Resident Evil 4 Remake. 15 changes we've seen so far. So that video that intro kind of explains that title. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words. That title kind of explains itself. So we just going to dig right into it. So without further ado, let's get to the video.
Let myself out.
Let myself out.
It's been 18 years.
Yo, like I'm sorry to pause so fast, but the one-liners are just so ridiculous. Like, and they did that on purpose. Like when they were making the first game, the cheesy one-liners, like it's so funny, bro. Leon is a funny dude. Like
Since the release of Resident Evil 4 on GameCube. And the world of Resident Evil has evolved dramatically since Leon's original roundhouse kick-filled escapades. As we inch closer to the release of the highly anticipated remake, we figured it was worth highlighting what's different this time around. Here are 15 of the biggest changes we've seen so far in Resident Evil 4.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
The combat knife was an essential tool in the classic Resident Evil 4 that allowed Leon to slice ganados and boxes and get himself out of perilous encounters. In the Resident Evil 4 remake, Leon's trusty knife is even more versatile and, when used properly, can parry incoming attacks.
When I was looking at I was looking at some reviews, and they mentioned that the Krauser fight is more like a boxing match. Like it's a lot of counter knifing. Basically, like you're in the way it was explained to me, it's like a boxing match rather than a quick time event like the original game where you had to pull both the triggers and press the button and something like that.
By readying the knife at the last moment, Leon can parry to stagger the enemy and counter with a powerhouse melee attack.
And you get a button prompt for that. If y'all saw that.
The durability system is now attached to the combat knife, so it's unlikely you'll be able to infinitely attack, block, or parry with your blade. Another knife-related change involves the iconic storage crates in Resident Evil 4. Traditionally, you'd have to sluggishly maneuver Leon close to these containers and break them with your knife. In Resident Evil 4 Remake, Leon can simply smash them open with a sturdy kick by following the on-screen button prompt.
It's a nice quality of life
Another
feature.
significant change in Resident Evil 4 is Leon's newfound ability to crouch. Our leather jacket sporting protagonist can now bend down to maneuver under obstacles and pesky tripwire mines. The crouch in Resident Evil 4 Remake presents genuine stealth mechanics that enable Leon to sneak around enemies undetected and execute lethal takedowns with the combat knife. And as an added bonus, you can use the crouch to dodge enemy attacks.
Hold on.
It might be a wild concept to wrap your head around.
I didn't even know you could do that. Yo, I was playing the demo all wrong. I thought the parry wasn't unlocked, and I didn't know that the crouch you can weave enemy attacks while you're running away with the crouch. I found out you can do the quick turn. You can do the quick turn, the quick 180 turn. But yo, nah, bro. My gameplay about to be elite. I ain't gonna hold
with
you.
The combat knife. And as an added bonus, you can use the crouch
weave?
to dodge
Stupid.
enemy attacks.
Hey, that's fire.
It might be a wild concept to wrap your head around in 2023, but for a very long time, Resident Evil titles featured purposely limiting tank controls.
Yep.
And while Resident Evil 4 did drastically improve on the franchise's control scheme, you still couldn't move and shoot at the same time until Resident Evil 6 in 2012.
And that's why RE6 is one of my favorite RE games. I will defend RE6 to the death. Y'all could come in the comments and we could debate about it. RE6 is one of the best games, and it was one of the best selling games of that year. Stop playing. And you have multiple stories, multiple characters. Like, come on now. Stop playing with RE6. And that was the most action-oriented RE that we ever got. It was like a movie. Bugging. You bugging if you say it's whack. You RE purists, I'm not playing with y'all. I don't care about your tank controls and your 4 polygons. Like, I was playing those games too, and I enjoyed them too. But things evolve, things change, things get better. RE6 is one of the greatest RE games to come out. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what the reviews say.
Thankfully, Capcom...
As a matter of fact, I think the reviews was good.
ditched the need to stand still while firing with the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes, and the updated Resident Evil 4 continues this tradition. A legacy game mechanic that many of us have happily watched fade with time is the QuickTime Event, or QTE. In many ways, the massive popularity of Resident Evil 4 and its incorporation of these punishing button-mashing sequences established QTEs as a pillar of game design. While Resident Evil 4 still features QTEs during combat...
Okay, mixed or average reviews. Mixed or average reviews. But I don't care. It was one of my favorite RE games of all time. I don't care what nobody say. Oh well. Deal with it.
That we can all breathe a sigh of relief knowing that most of the others won't be returning with the remake. Resident Evil 4 notoriously takes place near a fictional village in Spain.
Okay.
In the original game, although essentially everyone else spoke the native language, Leon always voiced his concerns in English.
I was wondering if you might recognize a girl in this photograph.
In the Resident Evil 4 remake, Leon has been taking advantage of his Duolingo account to study up on his Spanish. Leon now questions the antagonist in Spanish during the iconic introduction to the Ganados.
Busco a un policía. Vino aquí?
Leon's primary objective in Resident Evil 4 is to find and rescue Ashley Graham, the daughter of the President of the United States. Usually a mission with stakes this high would be rather time-sensitive, but that won't stop Leon from tackling some odd jobs along the way.
Now, hold on. Now, did I miss something? How did she end up out there? How did she end up getting... Where did she get kidnapped from, and how did she get taken out there? And why did they never kill her? Like, what did they want? What was the ransom? I'm like, I purposefully didn't play... Once this game was announced, I purposefully did not go back and play RE4 just so I can have some, I don't know, I could experience this game as a new game. And I knew that they would reveal mad stuff before it came out, so I want to experience this game as a new game and then go back and play the old one to see how it compares. But somebody explain that to me if you can. Like, how does she get kidnapped and taken out there? And why does she get kidnapped? Why do they need her? Are they holding her for ransom? Do they want money? Like, what? Like, what's the word?
Resident Evil 4 Remake incorporates side quests in the form of shiny blue notes posted throughout the areas of the game. Speaking of Ashley Graham, longtime fans of Resident Evil 4 have passionately expressed dissatisfaction with the escort sections in the original entry over the years. If you hated trying to keep Ashley safe from invading Ganados, well, sorry, that's still very much here. However, Capcom has removed her health bar, suggesting a more forgiving damage system, and overhauled her AI to enable greater exploration as you navigate the terrifying environments in Resident Evil 4.
Amazing. I love it.
Inventory management has always been a fundamental component of Resident Evil. Resident Evil 4 elevated those ideals with the fan-favorite attaché case. Fans of Gun Tetris will be thrilled to see this system return in all its glory with new and improved customization. You can now buy charms and different case styles that provide passive bonuses, like the Chicken Charm, which increases the health recovery of all egg types. If you count combining red and green herbs, technically Resident Evil has always had some form of crafting. Recently, the franchise has decidedly embraced a greater variety of recipes. Much like Resident Evil 7 and Village, the Resident Evil 4 Remake features a robust crafting system that can facilitate the creation of ammo, healing items, and more. Ramon Salazar is one of Resident Evil's weirdest and most beloved villains. His short stature and eccentric personality solidified him as an unhinged icon in the series.
I've been expecting you, my brethren.
Looking like Napoleon.
No thanks, bro.
While fans are delighted to see Salazar return, there's one glaring change with the updated version of this adversary: his hairdo. Salazar's fancy little hat and ponytail have been replaced with a presidential-inspired bushel of
and he looks like a woman. I thought, like, I didn't know, like, when I first saw the trailer, I'm like, wait, is that Salazar? Like, he looks like a woman now, like with a turkey neck.
Curly white hair. Compared to previous entries, Resident Evil 4 was a grand departure from the franchise's horror roots. Thanks to Leon's military training, the title prioritized action and spectacle over traditional scares. The refreshed art direction in the Resident Evil 4 remake dramatically heightens each scene's tension by delivering a darker, more terrifying ambiance.
Yeah.
It might not be as scary as
I
Resident
noticed that
Evil
from the
2,
demo.
but it's hard not to tense up when it's time to bust out the flashlight. Historically, the typewriters in Resident Evil have served as safe spaces to save your game and lower your heart rate. While the Resident Evil 4 remake continues to carry this torch, typewriters in this entry aren't just save points. You can now access your item storage and customize your attaché case from any typewriter in the game.
That's tough. I like that.
There were several critical moments in Resident Evil 4 where your mysterious ally Luis Serra would assist you in dispatching hordes of ganados.
Small world, eh?
Fans of this sharp-dressing companion will be happy to know you'll be seeing much more of him this time around. Luis frequently appears throughout the game and can even assist with certain boss fights. Resident Evil is synonymous with blood, gore, and over-the-top violence. As a passionate horror enthusiast, I expected the Resident Evil 4 remake to deliver in this department, but I was surprised to find out Capcom went so hard with revamping the gore.
Yeah, they
Leon
went in.
can now blow enemies in half with the shotgun, sever limbs with strategically placed shots, and even get his eyes thumbed out of his head.
Yeah, I saw that death animation. I saw the one where he ran the chainsaw through him and slid it up. And yeah, I saw this one too. The shotgun, they kind of nerfed it though. Like, I didn't get the shotgun in my first playthrough, but I've played it on my own since, and they kind of nerfed the shotgun.
We're not ready for how brutal Resident Evil 4 is shaping up to be. Capcom set the gold standard of video game remakes with Resident Evil 2. And based on all the major changes we've seen so far, it seems like they have every intention to up the ante with Resident Evil 4. For more on Resident Evil 4, be sure to check out our ongoing coverage of this highly anticipated horror title. And for everything else gaming, keep it here on IGN.
That was cool. That was cool. I like that. I'm excited to see like the changes and like over time how that affects like my opinion of the game as opposed to the original game. I love the original game. Like I said in previous videos, 4, 5, and 6 are my favorite Resident Evil games, and this will be hopefully a definitive version like Resident Evil 2 was. I feel like that's the definitive version of Resident Evil 2. Now, the Resident Evil 3 remake, not so much. I would still say Nemesis is the definitive version of that game. But for this one, I think this would be the definitive version of RE4. Like, this is the way you want to play it. You don't have to download it on PC and put a bunch of mods on it and make it look HD. Just play this one. Just play this one. So, yeah, even if you have, it's going to be on PS4 too. So if you have a PS4, you can't get, you still haven't got a PS5, you can play it on there too. So, or if you can get a Series S on your hands, I think it's on Series S too. Let's check that. I don't want to tell y'all the wrong thing. Let's double check that. Yep, it's gonna be on X and S. Like, I think if you're a Ryzen customer for a limited time, they had it for $150. There's always a sale on the Series S. And the Series S, I have both of them. I have the Series X right here, and I have the Series S in the bedroom behind me. And I really don't see any noticeable difference. Like, it runs pretty much the same graphics, same loading times and all of that. So, yeah, so y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all copping this? I know if you're watching this, you're definitely copping it. Like, let me know if you're going to be getting it day one or if you got to wait a week or whatever. Because I know people got bills and stuff, you know. And then you don't, and some people don't always want to trust, some people don't always trust pre-orders and things of that nature. So let me know. So y'all already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is your boy JusticeXFalls. We out. One.